Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the things that you need to know before you set up a fish tank. First thing you're going to need to consider is how much space do you have for this tank. You can't squeeze a 3,000 gallon tank into a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment, unless you got a really big studio apartment. But you have to think about how much space that you have and think about it reasonably. Like, are you going to have this in your living room? And is it going to be on the first floor, second floor, or basement? Where is this tank going to be at? These all play a factor in what size tank that you can have. So you got to consider things like how much length you have, width, and height, but also you have to consider weight. You don't want to wake up and your tank is a floor lower than it was when you went to sleep that night. After you figure out what size tank that you can have, then you're going to want to think about your experience level. Are you an expert? Are you a beginner? Or what are you? Are you somewhere in between? How much experience do you have keeping fish or aquatic animals? This plays a factor on the next thing that we're going to be going over, and that is starting your research. You're going to want to research fish and aquatic animals in your range of experience. You could go a little bit more challenging, but you got to make sure that you are ready to adjust to the challenge. Also, when you're doing your research, you want to make sure that the tank is big enough for the fish and that they're going to be happy in the tank. So you don't want to have a beta fish in a 2.5 gallon tank, because it may say that they could live in there, but they're not going to be happy while they're in there. Another thing is, are you going to have tank mates with your fish or your other aquatic animals? And if so, you're going to have to also research that. This is a process, and you are now in charge of the lives of the animals that you have in this tank. They did not choose for you to own them, so now you have to take the best care that you can of them, because they didn't choose you as their owner.